You're with junior middleweight prospect Neeco Matias, who is 12-0 with 6 knockouts. Neeco, how are we doing today, man?
We're doing awesome. Just got we're signed with Sheer Sports, and we're ready to shine.
As I mentioned before, you are a junior middleweight. Walk us through your style.
We learned in boxing is hit and not get hit.
Exactly.
But if they throw 1 punch, we're throwing 3. If they throw 2 punches, we're throwing 6. And that's how we're gonna win. And if we can get them out of there, because you can't leave it up to the judges.
And you seem to have a lot of energy. You seem to have a real personality. Are we gonna see that inside the ring?
Yep, as long as we have a great training camp, we're gonna go in the ring business first. We just worry about round by round, and once we win, then we can act crazy.
So you said before that you started your amateur career at the age of 20. Why so late, and how did we get into boxing?
We started so late because high school, and then I started working, and I realized minimum wage, $8 an hour ain't gonna cut it. And my dad always taught me these little boxing skills, but we never ran, we never got in shape. So we knew we weren't ready for competition. We did our first sparring, and I won for about 30 seconds. And then I just, got tired, got beat up in the nose. So after that, we learned we had to go back to the drawing board, and then that's why we started so late at 20 years old. Then we went to this gym and took their ideas, and we found out that we had trainers tell us, hey, you got to run every day. And then we're still learning to this day. If it's good, we take it. If it's bad, we leave it. And we're still learning. And then by the time we were 20, my 21st birthday actually, we had a couple sparring fights and smokers, they call it, exhibition matches. And right before my 21st birthday, we had my first fight, amateur fight, at Robert Garcia's gym, Oxnard, California. And I had to fight a guy, his name was Fred Floyd, 1-0. He was 1-0, so we were intimidated. Oh, 1-0. 150-something pounder, I'm a 150-something pounder. And we went out there, and we had to learn the shorter rounds. And it's all, whoever got the most points win. Ding, ding, bam, 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 bam. So many standing 8s. Luckily, I eventually got 4 standing 8s on him. And so they called it off. Second round TKO.
Nice.
But then we learned. That was just step 1, first fight. And we were still learning, still running, getting in shape. And then we went and won blue and gold nationals in El Monte, California. We went and won the Desert Showdown. And right after the Desert Showdown was my 30th fight. Then Whit Hayden found us, turned us pro. First couple fights were at Thompson Boxing, and that's when we learned a lot more too. With the headgears and stuff, you could headbutt, and bigger gloves. Not my first fight. So many headbutts. We were crashing heads and small gloves, so you don't have a lot of protection to hide. We were lumped up, but 4 rounds later, I won the decision, of course. And then from Thompson Boxing, then we found Fantasy Springs, Golden Boy, and then the rest is history. We've been fighting here, there, everywhere. And my last fight was in Las Vegas, so we're still learning. We learned if you have a good training camp, you can fight anywhere. As long as you do the hard work, fight party is easy.
As you mentioned before, you've only had 30 amateur fights. Do you feel that you're still having to learn so much more in the sport of boxing as a professional fighter?
Yep, as a professional, a lot of people were telling me you got to change your amateur style to pro style. But then I also met Kevin Kelly, who's
great featherweight.
Yep, and he told me, hey, don't lose your amateur style. So, but what he means is go in there and I think he just means with my volume punching. So we're going to do a little bit of both. We're going to keep my amateur style, outwork them, but then still let's settle down on some shots, plant those legs, and boom, boom, but then still.
Right.
So we're still learning, and it's amazing now that we started boxing, the years are going by like this.
Exactly. Now, share with us some of your aspirations of becoming
What
champions.
inspires me, I'll tell you, is my family and my friends, and I can't let them down. I have a big heart. I love all my family and all my friends. My friends are my family, and I love them, and all these people, the kids look up to, and I'm just a big kid, and for me to let it all go would be such a letdown. So, to be a champion, though, I learned too, is I can't overlook these fights. My next fight's gonna be another 8-rounder. As soon as you overlook that fight and go, I need to get ready for that, then you're gonna lose. You're gonna get caught with your pants down, and we're not gonna let that happen. So we're just, in order for me to be a champion, I gotta come on 8-rounder, get ready, and then 10-rounders. Come on 10-rounders. So we're just worried about win number 13.
And you'll be fighting on July 16th in Mexico City, correct?
Yep, Cancun, Mexico.
Nice, nice. How exciting is that?
Very exciting, because we actually had last December we had a fight. Well, we had a fight pull out at Fantasy Springs, and we were in training camp, and so they squeezed us a fight in Tijuana, and we went down there. We had to get our Mexico license and everything, and we had to fight this guy who was 6 wins, 8 losses, but we knew he was experienced, and their trainer was saying, "Oh, he's gonna take him out. His experience is gonna overwhelm me." So we got ready for that, and we got our Mexico license, and we took 3 rounds. This guy was game. We beat the crap. I actually got my first body shot knockdown, and he was game, but 3 rounds later the ref called it off, and now that we have our Mexico license, time to go
back again.
Yep, we're back again.
And how deep is your knowledge, your ring IQ in boxing?
Well, I'd have to say I'm lucky enough. I grew up watching it. And he'd have parties, a big Mike Tyson fight, and when I grew up, it was more of those Barrera, Marco Antonio.
That's my favorite fighter of all time.
He's one of my favorites too, because I've never been to a pro fight. My dad took me to the LA Forum, and we saw Marco Antonio Barrera versus Megana or something.
Oh, I remember that fight.
I was little, and so that was the highlight of my life. And so since my dad has always watched boxing, I'm like a little sponge. I soak it in.
So Marco Antonio Barrera is one of your favorite fighters.
Yep.
Who else is out there?
Casazu.
Casazu, is that why we're sporting the tail?
That's why I have a tail. and we even got what's his name?
Casazu, by far one of the best junior welterweights,
Yes.
until he got beaten by Ricky Haddon.
Yep.
Another good fighter.
Yep.
So who are some of the other fighters you look up to?
Well, right now I am all about Triple G.
That's
He's
currently
awesome.
my favorite fighter as well.
Yep, he's all offense, but he showed against that Lemieux. He does have some defense. I guess Abel Sanchez told him, "Hey, you're gonna start using your jab," and he really executed, and he really takes his boxing serious. So I mean, if I was able to be half of a Triple G, that would be awesome.
I mean, there's a lot that you can learn from him, because he knows how to adjust. He knows how to take that half step back. He knows how to roll with the punches. There's a lot that you can learn. And as you mentioned before, he has very underrated defense.
Yeah.
Is that something that you are working on in the gym?
Definitely, because I've seen with Triple G, he can get hit, but he does so much trading, and he's learning. That's gonna be the same with me. I'm easy to get hit, but as long as I train right and keep my hands up, let him hit my gloves, bam, bam. He lands 1, I'm gonna land 5, and that's gonna be our strategy. And we're gonna go to the top.
Yes. Go to that stratosphere.
Yeah.
Now, who are some of the biggest names in the junior middleweight division that maybe perhaps in the next 2-3 years you hope to face inside that ring?
Well, like I said, we're worried about fight 13 first, but
Right.
I know Canelo is the biggest name right now, and even though they're about to move him up because they got the Canelo weight.
And what are your thoughts, if you don't mind me interjecting, what are your thoughts with Canelo, dropping the WBC belt?
Well, that's all right. I know it's probably not even his choice. I know the promoters. Why have this fight, Triple G Canelo, for $100 million in 2016 when they can build it up, and in 2018 they're gonna have a $500 million fight?
I agree.
So that's, a lot of people don't know boxing. I know.
I agree.
There's a lot more to it than him wanting to bet, because a fighter, I guarantee it, Canelo probably is saying, bring it.
Yeah.
Train, what is he going to do, hit me? You know, he's going to go out there, but he got promoters and managers. That's their job.
Exactly. I honestly don't believe Canelo's even afraid of him one bit.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
you're
so
right,
either.
that's what I've mentioned before. It's all about money, it's all about the dollar signs, it's what's going to make more sense, that's what's going to fit more in your pocket and inside that bank account. Now, where can fight fans follow you on social media? Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
I don't have a lot of time because I'm training camp.
You got to get someone to work that for you.
But my sister's been telling me, you need to make an Instagram. But I do have Facebook.
Okay.
So look at me up, Neeco Matias on Facebook. And I do it because I have a lot of my amateur fighters are on there. My grandma and grandpa's on there. And if I get tagged in something, if I'm fighting here, I'm gonna get tagged, and everybody can follow me there. We also have an MBT website, but I'd say look me up on this, and then you could follow all of our fights and whatever's going on, pictures. So Facebook, and then other than that, I'm just getting back to the drawing board.
Well, hopefully you get on Twitter, because there's a lot of fight fans on there.
I heard about Twitter too.
You got to get on it.
We're gonna have to get on that.
All right, thank you, my man. We look forward to your next fight.
Thank you. I can't wait.